Twitter is a land of stupidity. People profit off of stupidity on Twitter, and they will continue to do so because it's basically a website where the more eyeballs you can get on a tweet, the better. Now, I will also dispel a myth. You don't get paid a lot on Twitter. I did sign up for the Twitter thing because somebody told me that they made $10,000 from one of their videos getting pushed on Twitter, and I went, I want $10,000. And the first month was somebody that look, in my opinion, I think I have some banger tweets. I got paid $11. So it really is not something you make a ton of money from unless apparently you get really lucky or you're Mr. Beast and Elon Musk is trying to make you think he's cool. But that is really the crux of the misunderstanding of Twitter, and the accounts that are trying to use it are trying to get eyeballs, not for money, as many people think, but just to get eyeballs to get eyeballs. And as a result, they kind of rush out things, right? If YouTube, and particularly long-form documentary YouTube, is where a lot of the better research on the internet takes place, and we do some really well-researched stuff on our YouTube channel that's not this one where I'm just sitting here talking about whatever. Twitter is that short-form version where you read something for 3 seconds, and then you're like, yo, I'm going to pop this out. And I had this brought to my attention hilariously last night as I was laying in bed. I had finished my work day, which, was awesome. I streamed for 6 hours, then had a podcast recording session, then recorded a few Zealandisms, and I was hanging out playing Helldivers with the boys for a couple of hours. And then I was in bed at about 2:30 a.m. thinking about how I'd accidentally blown up my teammates a few times in that game, and I opened Twitter and saw this. Kylian Mbappe has clocked an estimated speed of 10.9 seconds over 100 meters. That's just over a second slower than Usain Bolt's world record of 9.58 seconds. And I laughed out loud in my room, in the dark, in my bed at 2:30 in the morning, because that's the dumbest tweet I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of stupid tweets. I've seen tweets with worse opinions than this, but the way this is being sold, can't top this. This is like performative art. And if you don't really understand why this is the dumbest tweet, allow me to explain to you why it is. First of all, upon a little bit more investigation, this is an estimated 100-meter dash time, which is, of course, everybody's favorite Olympic sprinting event, based off of his speed during games. So this is what his time could be based off that speed. It is also a time with a running start. As certain people will argue, this time is also affected by he sprints multiple times during the match, and it's on grass, which, I'm going to be honest, doesn't have as much of an effect as you would think it does. But the fact that he has sprinted multiple other times in the game is great, but it's also not too relevant in this case because we're taking like his top speed and then projecting it over a 100-meter dash and how fast he would be going. But this distance is hilariously large. I know it doesn't sound like it, right? 9.58 seconds to 10.9 seconds. In certain things, it's not that bad. If it's like how long I have to set the microwave to warm something up, I don't even care about that extra 1.3 seconds, right? My freaking pizza rolls, they're going to be ready. They're going to be reheated. My pasta will be nice and toasty. Either way, I could probably take it out at 9.58 and it would basically be the same temperature as it was at 10.9. That's a huge victory for humanity. I love microwaves. But when it comes to sprinting, it is impossible to talk, it's impossible to, let me help you. So I tweeted back to this because I was a bit of an athlete growing up. I'm not going to pretend I was an amazing athlete, but I did run track and field, and I ran a 12.2 second 100-meter dash in high school, which before you go, wow, Zealand, that's really fast, or wow, Zealand, that's really slow, it's not that fast. It's a little faster than maybe the average person. I was in pretty good shape when I was 14 years old when I ran that, but it is also closer to Kylian Mbappe's estimated time. 14-year-old me, this guy, 14-year-old me, I don't care how big my calves are, right? You've seen them on Instagram. They're like pistons in an engine, but even with that, I'm closer to Kylian Mbappe's estimated 100-meter time than Kylian Mbappe is to freaking Usain Bolt's time. That's how far away it is, because I'm not nearly as fast as Kylian Mbappe. I'm probably slower than I was when I was 14 right now, right? But I'm not saying 14-year-old me would be able to hold a candle to Kylian Mbappe in a race in the same way that Kylian Mbappe couldn't even get near Usain Bolt in a race. Like, this is just the way this is presented is to take advantage of people that don't understand how much 1.32 seconds is when you're talking about a 100-meter dash here. Allow me to continue to enlighten you, because I then put under that tweet a list. And this list is from the 2022 Florida High School State Championship. These are the 18 qualifiers for the Florida High School State Championship in the men's 100-meter. Now, high school in the United States is 18 and under. If you see senior, that person's 18. Junior is 17. These sophomores are 16 years old or 15 years old, depending. And every single one of these times is faster than Kylian Mbappe's estimated 100-meter dash time. And this is one state, U18. One state, U18, in every single time is faster than Kylian Mbappe. I'm not saying Kylian Mbappe is not fast. And the point of this tweet is to take advantage of people that think he's fast and think the only reason he's successful is because he's fast. Kylian Mbappe is really fast compared to the average person. These high schoolers are really freaking fast compared to the average person. They're also nowhere near Olympic level, because this is just the Florida State Championships in high school. You could pull the top high schooler in a 100-meter dash from every state in the country, and they'd probably run a faster 100-meter time than Kylian Mbappe. But Kylian Mbappe is not a world-class sprinter, which is what this tweet is trying to present. Like somehow he would be right next to Usain Bolt in a race if he was running with him. And it wasn't just this random account. BBC Sport grabbed it and put the same thing. That's just over a second. 1.32 seconds. That's the difference between making it to the Olympics and being Usain Bolt and literally not qualifying for the Olympics at all. And there's no shame in not being an Olympic level sprinter. But Kylian Mbappe's 100-meter dash time would be, I want to make sure I get this right. That would be tied for the 63rd fastest women's 100-meter dash time of all time. This dude barely makes the Olympics on the women's side for the 100-meter dash, right? I think it's time we stop trying to pretend that the reason that all these professional footballers are really good is because they're fast, whether it be Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland. I think they're just really good because they're really good. But these tweets in particular were just so dang funny. I had to talk about them. I need to find the visual representation. Somebody made a mock-up of the speed. So this is a picture from Usain Bolt's win at the Olympics. And the dude who is back here is 0.76 seconds behind Usain Bolt in this particular race. That means Kylian Mbappe, who is twice the distance back from Usain Bolt as this guy, would be like halfway down the freaking track. Obviously not actually halfway down the freaking track, but way out of this picture, right? He's twice as far behind as Usain Bolt. And again, he's getting a running start. I know he's done multiple sprints throughout the match, but he clocked this was based off his top speed, and he's getting a running start here to get a time that doesn't even put him in this picture. And in case you were curious, this person made a rendering of what a race between Kylian Mbappe and Usain Bolt would actually look like based off his clock top speed in his match against Real Sociedad. As you can see, Usain Bolt is just a little faster. So what have we achieved in this giant Twitter fracas? Well, it's been established that even though the time differences in world-class sprint events may look small, the actual physical difference is massive. We've also achieved a more intimate understanding of the quality of sprinters that the state of Florida happens to produce, and that maybe there are a few more Kylian Mbappes hiding out in Florida. And perhaps most uncomfortably, we've settled the fact that Kylian Mbappe, while being a very, very good athlete, is probably just good because he's really good. Cool. I'll see you guys.